Hi everybody, welcome to this free video guide for Master Division qualifying round for the Fire and Light 9-hole cup here on the channel. Please give me a thumb up and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Totally free to do so. Now, talking about free things, this is a free to play playthrough. All we are using in this video is 9 Kingmakers. No Kingslayers, no Luminaries. It's Kingmakers all the way. Remember, up in Master it is a little bit more difficult, but it's a free entry tournament, so a brilliant chance for you to qualify and pick up some Luminaries on Saturday. Remember to take some tokens, get used to the setups and put in your own personal tweaks according to your club's balls and play style. Good luck, here we go. We're going to start with the quarterback with the bullseye here at the top of +10, and I'm finding the point just where the ball guide gets clipped away by the rough. There you can see, and then I'm switching to my once I've added spin, of course, I'm going 5 top spin and 2 right spin, then I'm switching to APOC. The reason I add spin first is because it's max top spin with the quarterback level 10. So 5 top, 2 right with the APOC. Now we adjust max +0. Now this is a very narrow drive. It can be tweaked or remade if you so wish, but you do need to hit perfect. Full overpower, it's going to be a slow needle, and we're going with half a ball of curl to the right. Like I said, very narrow line, so be careful on this one. If you do end up in the rough or the sand, you should still reach and not endanger the birdie. You can see just missing the rough on the right and then rolling just to the right of the left rough up ahead, around 355 yards. Second shot, making a pin check, we are going to go with the Grizzly here with this free-to-play shot. So a +5 pin check with Grizzly level 9 will be +8 with Grizzly 7 and 8. This is a no spin shot, and then I'm finding my position here with the ball guide 1 cup short of the pin, aiming right at the pin. Now this one is a very close miss in the video, so I'm giving you a tweaked adjustment here. It's not what I do in the video, so bear that in mind. For a +5 pin check with Grizzly 9, my recommendation to try would be to go 24% slider, 15 elevation, and you can see here I'm making 2 pulls over the bullseye, so make sure you do the same, and regardless of your club level you will need to use Grizzly 9 numbers. Centering the ball and hitting perfect, like I said, the slider value I've given on the notepad and in commentary is a tweak based on the miss in the video, but should have a decent look at the eagle there with that tweak to the adjustment. Nice hole-in-one here. We're going to have the sniper to begin with, and we're going to have the blue ring, the top of the blue ring touching the rough, and you want to aim the ball guide as much as you can at the hole. Now it's very difficult to see because you've got a short ball guide, so zoom in as much as you can and try and get that ball guide aligned with the pin. Then I swap to the Cataclysm, and that's because I don't want to have to do 2 ring pulls with the sniper. So we're going to adjust with the cat and play the shot with the Cataclysm as well, and it's max +15, power 3. You can see I pull from the edge of the clear ring, because otherwise with the colour of the sand it's very difficult to see the edge of the white ring. So it's 1 pull over the bullseye, pulling from the clear ring. Max +15, power 3. If you want to stick with sniper, you might need to test and tweak the adjustment if needed. But going with the Cataclysm here, it's an easy adjust, and subject to wind angle tweaks, we're dropping it for the hole-in-one. On the drive here, we start with the quarterback before spin, and at P3 max rest, I'm looking at having the ball guide pointing in the middle of that front edge of the bunker. Then we swap to our APOC and sniper bag, and I'm adding my spin, 5.8 top spin, no side spin, so only top spin here, 5.8 top spin, that's max top spin with APOC 4 and 5 of course. The adjustment here we're going to make is maximum distance with 20% elevation, so max +20 on this one. Adjusting our rings there, for me it looks around 9.6 rings or something like that, but obviously always use a calculator because your ring size and wind strength most likely will be different. Full overpower, slow needle, hit perfect, no curl needed here, just ensure a nice perfect ball. We bounce over the rough and the sand, Find the middle of the fairway. Drive distance, you are looking at wanting to be around 385 yards. Second shot with the sniper, I start by adding 3 backspin and 3 left spin. And then I'm finding a very small sticky spot there and then reducing slightly, just going to 2.9 backspin. And in the end, I dial the left spin back to around 2.6. Now, I would like you to tweak the left spin. Make sure you're in that sticky spot. It doesn't really matter how much left spin you have on, but make sure you're in that point. Now, you can see there my tip of the ball guide was to the left edge of that dark green square column, around 4 green squares left of the pin. Now, I would like you just to tweak that offset, and to tweak that, the best thing to do is to adjust the amount of left spin based on the miss in the video. Playing landing position plus yards, plus 10 with sniper 10 would be plus 12 with sniper 9. Both of those would equate to 95% slider, 0 elevation. So basically with sniper 10, you're playing true club distance. Center the ball and hit perfect. And it's going to bounce down nicely, but like I said, just need to tweak the left spin here with your subsequent attempts. I would suggest just removing a couple of clicks to try and get a good look at the albatross. If you're enjoying the free content and want to help keep it free and support the channel here, head over to patreon.com/BK Golf Clash. Loads of different membership levels, all have the same perks. You get wind charts early, you get elevation sheets, exclusive content as well, episodes of my club guide series up there as well. So plenty to help you out as membership perks if you want to help support the channel. Start the hole with a berserker here, and then we find the P5 minimum distance line, and the aim is as follows. You want to have the ball guide pointing as it's just going to miss the right edge of the pin. Then I swap to a basic ball to add spin. You don't have to do that. You could go then directly to the Kingmaker, but I'm adding 2 bars of top spin, then I'm swapping to the Kingmaker. The reason I use the basic ball is because I don't want to add any unwanted side. But obviously that step is optional. I would have your ball sorter pre-programmed to do oldest, and then you've got all your 3 balls needed there, or you could of course pin them if you want to. Time to adjust with the Kingmaker, max plus 30, power 3 settings. It will be a fair amount of rings, so 2 pulls over the bullseye, like so, sniper 10 numbers, and then it's time to take our shot. And obviously this may well need some wind angle tweaks, but for now this is the middle wind angle and middle wind strength, centering the ball, hitting perfect, and the top spin is going to take us over to the next fairway, rolls down onto the green, and we are just sneaking this one in left of pin. On the drive here, going with the Apocalypse and the Sniper, we're going to go 5.8 top spin and 3 bars side spin to the right. Now we're going to go top of plus 8 with APOC 5 and 6, half of the red ring inside the rough. APOC 4 will be at top of plus 14, and you will have 70% of the red ring overlapping the rough. APOC 7 would be at plus 8 as well, but your rings are smaller, so you would have only 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough. Adjust here is maximum distance, 20% elevation. Now, APOC 5 you're not going to adjust into overpower. APOC 4, if you're unlucky with your wind angle, you might do. So add that on. If you adjust into overpower, add it on. We are going with 0.8 ball right curl, just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. So remember, if you do adjust into APOC 4 overpower, then add that on to that base value of just before circle drop OP. Perfect ball away, bouncing on the fairway very nicely, and we're going to roll towards into the shadow towards the top left corner, not risking the rough at all. Drive distance of around 400. Second shot, rings from min with the Sniper. I find the min line here, make sure you've got the Grizzly packed, and here I'm pushing up 5 rings from min, and that's because I don't want to be bouncing anywhere near the fringe. White ring touching the rough on the left as a reference, and then spin to pin. For me, that's a little bit of top spin and some left spin. So spin to pin, 5 rings up from min, or whatever gives you a consistent ball guide. You might need to tweak it, so that's why it's good to take a practice token. Because I pushed up 5 rings from min, I'm playing this one 13% on the slider, 0 elevation. 13% slider, 0 elevation. Sniper 10 numbers always. Making our adjustment, centering the ball here, and then of course you want to do your best to hit perfect with the sniper and the kingmaker. Easier said than done up in Master, but see how you go. And then we're rolling very nicely onto the green and right at the pin for a lovely eagle. Okay, this par 5 now we're going to go APOC and sniper, 5.8 top spin and 1 bar of left spin, and then I'm stretching out, P3 max stretched, and we're aiming down the middle of the bottleneck of the fairway. Then we let the target fall back to the max rest position with our apocalypse and adjust max plus 10, power 3. Max plus 10, power 3 settings. Then once we've done that, only if you have APOC 4, you would then need to push up to make up for the lack of distance on your club level compared to APOC 5 and above. And you're going to push up 1.7 rings. Full overpower, it's going to be a slow needle, and we're going with outer wall curl to the left. Hit perfect on this one. It's a narrow fairway that we're playing into. Great right, maybe great left with APOC 4 is going to risk the rough. You should be okay with APOC 5 and above though, but it's untested. Drive distance of around 410 to 415. Second shot can be awkward. Now we're making a sign check. Top of the white ring, touching the leg of those sign, they're the nearest sign, gives me plus 9. Then I'm adding some top spin here. We're going 2.5 top spin, 3 left spin. Now the idea here is just to get it safely to the green, but you could tweak it if you wanted to go for the albatross. But to get you close, I'm aiming left side of pin, about 4 green squares short of the hole. Now, if you hit a great right drive, you might adjust into the minimum distance line here on the sniper, so you would then need to improvise with a bit of underpower, but I want to have the red ring touching the rough. For a sign check of plus 9, with the top of the white ring, of course, I'm playing this one 25% slider, 10% elevation. Now, I had one more ring spare, you can see there, about half a ring, maybe 0.6 of a ring spare before I hit the min line, so I was okay. But like I said, a great right drive or stronger winds might get you to the min line, so you might need to back off with a bit of underpower. But primarily, get it to green safely is the order of the day. You might even get lucky with the albatross. As well as the wind charts and the elevation guides on Patreon, you can stream the first 5 episodes of our History of Golf Clash series, delving right back into the archives, starting in 2016 for all you nostalgic long-time players of the game, or even newer players that want to see how the game began. Join us on Patreon for an early look at those episodes. On this par 4, we're going to play on the right-hand side, APOC and sniper. Make sure you got the grizzly packed. APOC 5 and 6, red ring touching the rough on the right at the top of plus 0. And then we're going to add spin, and that is going to be 5.8 top spin and 2 right spin. APOC 4 will have 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough on the right, and you will be at the top of plus 6 because you have less yards on your club. APOC 7, if you are lucky enough to have that, you would actually have 30% of the blue ring on the fairway, 70% of the blue ring overlapping the rough, top of plus 0. Pushing rings, otherwise the trees and everything is in the way, so I push 4 rings at a time. It's what I find easier, and we're going max plus 0. Outer wall curl to the right, no overpower, and hit perfect on this one. And this is going to set up a rings from min shot with our sniper, so make sure you got a rings from min chart at the ready. You've got tutorials on rings from min and slider and charts and everything on the Academy tutorial home page. So counting up rings from min to have the yellow ring, top of the yellow ring touching the rough, ball guide through the hole, then I add spin and get the tip of the ball guide as follows. You're going to need backspin, about 1.5 bars, and I'm having there the tip of the ball guide just short of the front edge of the cup, pointing directly at the pin. Now, in the video, I use power 4 settings, and this is over adjusted, so I would recommend you stick with power 3 settings. But the elevation I like here, so rings from min, 5% elevation, power 3. I pushed up 9 rings from min, and from what I remember, I think that's about 23% slider or thereabouts. Obviously, just check a table as well, but making our adjustment, like I said, power 4 settings is what I used here. It's over adjusted. I would go down to power 3, or the alternative is you offset the ball guide. So you got a couple of suggestions there. Bouncing safely into the rough, good chance of an eagle with those tweaks that I suggested. Really nasty hole this, we're just looking to get it safely onto the green. Before spin, red ring touching the sand, and then we're having the ball guide pointing just to the left edge of the pin. It's very difficult to see though because you can't zoom out. Then we add spin, and I'm going here with 1.5 top spin and 3 left spin. Don't worry about the ball guide looking ridiculously pointing out to the left hand side. The wind is going to do the rest of the work for us. So 1.5 top, 3 left, setting our aim before spin, of course, so make sure you get it the right way round. And we adjust as accurately as we can. Max plus 30, power 3 settings, sniper 10 numbers. Very important though, you need a few clicks of overpower just to guard against catching the rough on the first bounce. So 3 clicks of OP, just to make sure you're going to bounce over there. Perfect ball away. And you can see the wind already doing its thing, bouncing in the middle of the rough and the bunker, safely onto the green. If you drop this one, go out, buy a lottery ticket. If you don't worry, it's a very safe birdie on this extremely tough downhill par 3. Okay, onto the par 5 here with Apox, Sniper and Kingmaker. Before spin, ball guide pointing there, you can see in the middle of the next fairway, obviously in the rough though, but if you were to draw a line up, it would be in the middle of the fairway, or you could reference the palm trees. That's before spin. Then we go 4 top spin, 2 left spin. We're at plus 10, top of plus 10 with APOC 5 and above. P3 max rest if you've got APOC level 4. Okay, so we've done that, and we're going to adjust max plus 10, power 3. So 11.7 in wind. Making our adjustment here, for me that is 9.2 rings. Obviously always use a calculator though. Then we're going full overpower. It's going to be a slow needle, fairly slow even with APOC 4. No curl, but like I said, hit perfect with your full OP. Bouncing very nicely over the rough and the sand. And you want to go around the area of this second palm tree shadow around 390. Now this one is always a nasty one to get the pace right. We've had a decent look at it here, just need to tweak the aim. I'm going always setting up at max distance here of the sniper. Got 1.5 backspin, 1 right spin. Now I take a bit of time here to find the aim, and like I said, this is a very close miss, so you might need to build up from this when you next come to play this shot. But you can see here I'm looking at offsetting to the right. Got that ball guide in the middle of that light green square row. So there's your reference for this video. Obviously you will need to tweak that based on this miss. But I'm going max plus 5 because I am at max distance of my club. Just focus on finding a nice consistent point. If you need to back up a couple of yards from max just to get a better ball guide, then do so. And then of course you could tweak your slider accordingly. 2 pulls over the bullseye. Sniper 10 numbers. We'll have a look at how this one comes in, and then you'll be able to see how you need to tweak the aim on this one. Centering the ball, hitting perfect. Worst case scenario is you're going to have a putt for an eagle, and with a Kingmaker we're not going to grumble on that one, but in this case I just needed to aim a little bit more to the left. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.